to WN95 HL with your host, Ultra Magnus. Well, gents, the Darkside has returned, and for this episode, we are going to do a playoff breakdown of the potential matchups and also potentially where everyone's going to go. I'm not using the Google Sheets anymore. I am resorting to our www.NHL95.net website. So this allows you to see everything you need to see from previous seasons. You can go and filter and just give it a second. It will clean itself up and it'll go and get what it needs. And then you can filter by points. You can do the conferences. You can view all teams. You can do as you please. Let the data load. And then you can see all the teams. You can see all the points. You can see how their rankings are. You can see where everybody finished. And then you can even go back in history and see what you want to see. I know a lot of people are wondering, like, hey, I want to go see what the seasons used to look like. So now you can see what they look like. But let's go to our current season is W16, which is season 16 we're dealing with right now. And we're going to filter it by points. And so right now, our top 16, you can see off to the left-hand side right over here under the seedings. These are not going to be the final seedings. There's actually a few coaches from what I did with the projected numbers from the sheets to seeing where people could potentially fall in or fall out of the playoffs and the potential matchups. So I did some deep diving, did some analyzing to find out to see where everybody would match up. And given with how everybody's been playing this year and the games are closing in, I think our end of season is next week. So there's some guys that still need some games to be played to get things done. However, just as a short snapshot from what we're seeing is that based on our standings currently, Sumter and Thunder Bay Pike, the reason why Thunder Bay would get the number 1 seed in my eyes is because they own the tiebreaker between Sumter. Then another one that would have a tiebreaker if everything ended the way they would be me and Nips with Valhalla and Pitt. Pitt would take it because they beat me twice. And then I believe the other one is the Woodland Rats and Betty Ford Clinic. They would also split, but the Woodland Rats would get the one step up above, even though Betty Ford has 2 games in hand. So based on the seedings and based on what you see on the standings right here in front of you, there's 2 teams that won't make it and 2 teams that will actually come in and play. Odin is fucking pissing me off. Get outside. Go. Come on. Get out. Go play. Fucking puppies. No Sam. Sam sits downstairs. So let the dogs bark all they want out there. So the 2 teams, based on what we're seeing right now with the seedings, is the Minnesota Golden Gophers will just miss out. I believe they missed by 3 points based on current totals. And the other team is the Richfield Oracles, who miss out, who basically get, based on their win percentage right now, that doesn't seem likely that they're going to make it anyways. But the 2 teams that are currently outside looking in, but will likely make it if they play their games enough, would be the Italy EBC with Vic playing at close to a 750 clip. He would stamp in, and as well as Providence. It's basically more that the amount of games that they have left to play and what their current win percentage is, where they could project. So based on what we see in the standings, the current matchups that you would see is that you would see Thunder Bay Pike playing Taipei Typhoons. Oddly enough, you would wonder, why are they playing Taipei Typhoons? It's because of the point totals. Taipei's already finished their season. There's a lot of teams behind them that can catch up. So brother versus brother round 1, that would be an exciting game. Taipei is on a downward slot, I would say a retool than a rebuild. And Thunder Bay Pike, they're just asserting themselves as one of the top teams as well. Just a little cliffhanger. The last 10 in streaks need to be updated. I'll get that done today. The second matchup would be between Sumter and, where is 15? It would be the Betty Ford Clinic. So Betty Ford establishing themselves as a potential playoff team now, and Sumter wanting to get back into the win column with another title. They've positioned themselves well to be able to do it with the highest goal differential so far this year, and at 102. They don't go to overtime often, so if you can get Sumter in overtime, wish your lucky stars that you got some points. The third matchup would be between the Maryhill alum, who are currently sitting at 16th, would skyrocket all the way up to number 3, based on the games left to be played. He has 28 games left. Fucking Odin, you little dick. Come on, get inside. Don't fucking lay down. We need to fuck alone. So Maryhill will end up playing against the Woodland Rats, which this is going to be an exciting matchup series because the Woodland Rats got to the conference finals, I believe, last season, and then this year as well, they're back in the playoff pictures. So let's find out what they're going to do, but I do think Maryhill will take it. And in the previous 2 series, I'd say Sumter takes out Betty Ford, and Thunder Bay will take out Taipei. I don't know the matchup seedings yet that I would potentially want to say, yeah, they would win in 4, win in 5 until the final matchups in the standings are set. But then the next matchup after that would fall to, I always hate saying this fucking name, Tilapia Ticklepus. And I know I'm going to get corrected for that, but I don't give 2 fiddlers fucks. We'll end up matching up against who is over there at 16, underneath Taipei. It would be the Highland Wolf. It seems like Wolfie's been idle for the last few weeks. We haven't really seen much of him. His partner in crime with Klein has taken a bow out. I think he'll come back down the line, but just not at this moment, given his new dynamics with coaching. But he's always welcome back, as most coaches are. Shut the fuck up, Odin. Then, so with that series, I definitely think Puss would take out the Wolf and move on to the next round. Then the next matchup would be between Pitt Intramurals and I believe this one here is the Providence Sea Bass. So, given the history of Pitt in first round series and Lloyd not really pushing through other than his first season, which I think was season 3, Pitt will take this one down. I would even far as to go to say a sweep. If not, it'd be in 5. Next series, this is an odd seeding for me being at number 6. And I'd be matched up with number 10, which is right below me. Oh, fuck. I don't want to play Unholy in the first round. Me and Pat have our feelings against each other. So, but it would be an exciting first round matchup. It would be the first time I have a potential of getting out of the first round. But Pat also has the potential of getting a deep run this year, even though he's retooled and he would have to face his old goaltender with Marty Brodeur. Who knows? Brodeur's actually having a good year. This is the first season I think I'm actually below 2 goals against per game, which has been a fresh air. Then the next series after that would be 73, which would be Italy EBC against one number. Oh, I think I might have missed one. Yeah, the Swayzes would be playing against. Fuck, I screwed that up. The Swayzes would play Mike Vick EBC. Providence would be playing Puss, and then the Wolf would be playing. Where's my number 9 there? Oh fuck, there it is. He'd be playing the Mustangs. Those would be the matchups. So just to recap again, Sumter, like based on what you're seeing here in the standings, Sumter would be playing. Oh, let me go in my order. Thunder Bay against Taipei. Sumter, Betty Ford. Is it Betty Ford? I'm fucking this up. No, it's Betty Ford. Then 3 would be playing against 14, so that would be Maryhill alum against the Woodland Rats. Then the next one would be 4. Where's my number 4? Which would be Puss against number 13, which would be right below 16, would be the Wolf. Well, I did get that right. 5 would be playing against 12. 5 right now is the Mustangs against the 12th would be. Oh, whoa, it's magic. Would be against Minhatchik Swayzes. I would be playing against. Nips would be. What the fuck? Regardless. The matchups are not set. I should have wrote this stuff down and I'm out of practice, so I don't give a shit at this moment. But given what we're seeing right here is that there's a lot of teams that potentially could still get in the playoffs that have games left. If they get on a heater, they might still have a chance. Autobahn, yeah, he's below 500 right now, but if he, say, he strings together in his last 16 games, say he finishes 11-5, that would give him 22.55. It would push him right on the cusp of projected numbers. Even Sugar Valley, they're in that same bucket because they're pretty much 2 points separating them. And at least with Sugar Valley, he does have a positive goals against differential. So it's going to be an interesting push for the end of the season. But like even our automatic awards. So if people haven't seen the website, like I'll just go through it very quickly. I'm still revamping. This is on a widescreen, so everything's going to look a little bit bigger. Then we have the About, which is getting started, so you can see everything here. Then we have our NHL95 strategy, which was from Segathon's website. So this, I just have to change the background color. Online etiquette. We have our code of conduct. And then we also have our controller configuration if you're in RetroArch and you're wondering how your controller should be set up. Then we have forums. So this here, we actually have our own forum website. I've started creating in the background, hoping that it can come together and then people can sign up or sign in however they see fit. And then from there, we would have the playoffs. So you can look at old playoff brackets as well. Something's screwed up where it actually puts everything in one row instead of stacking, which I got to fix. But you can go through them all. And right down here at the bottom, they just basically line everything up. So I think it's one per round, and they're not actually stacking it properly. It was right before, so I just got to revert it backwards. The standings, which we just saw, you have your fixtures up here at the top. And you can filter the columns. You can see who's got the longest winning streak. You can see who's got the best last 10, home, away, so on and so forth. You can even see who's got the positive, negatives. Then you can even go in statistics. All-time coaches, it's going to be updated. So this page is blank. I have to update it. They're skaters. So this is actually one of my favorite things so far. So if anybody's looking for, like, I want to break down statistics, I want to do certain things. So it filters by default by this current season. I wanted it to actually filter by who's the league leader. Just click on it. It'll highlight that column. And you can even export it. So if you were like, hey, I want to export everything from this season, see how everybody did, you can even go all seasons and you can see who were the greatest scorers for those seasons. So like Jeremy Roenick in season 8 scored 206 points. Who scored the most goals ever in a season was Teemu Selanne in season 7 with the San Diego Mariners, 172. You can find the same thing, points per game. Who's got the most points per game? 5. Jay Pandolfo scored 5 points for Italy EBC in season 7 with 5 points in one game. He played only one game, he had 5 points. It's pretty crazy. Special team points, 45 was the most by Mike Modano in season 3, and I think that was the season where Providence went for a deep run. And you can actually clear the filters, and it'll just basically default everything. You can export every single piece of material that you see. So if you wanted to go power play points and export, it'll export everything you see here on the screen. You can even go into this and go Selanne. Let's just go with Selanne, even though I'm trying to get him back. I don't think I will. You can see all of his seasons. You can see his best performances. You can see his worst ones. You can see how from season 1, where was season 1 here? Right here. When everybody says I should have been playing him at center. Didn't move him there. Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, Season 5. He's been always a top scorer, and then all of a sudden now he had 14 points in 26 games with Sagan. Not nice. Not nice at all. And then who else had him? Hoth Wampas had him in Season 12. Rome had him in Season 11. So from everybody you can see here, I had the best use of Selanne. But then you can also even do this. You can go by playoffs, all his times he played in the playoffs and how many points he had. And then you can even clear it and see all seasons who has the most points in the playoffs, which was for the Q is mixed into this. So you can even go like filter by which league you want. You can go like that. But basically you can say that Halifax Highlanders had Bob Probert, 64 points in 20 playoff games. Fucking ridiculous. But the most playoff points ever scored in the W for a player was Marcus Naslund with the Sudbury Slag. So that was Colin in season 5. He had 48 points. And then you can even filter it by team. So like we have a few teams in here. So let's just go Hamilton Mustangs. So these are every single player that's ever played for the Hamilton Mustangs in the playoffs who was the best scorer for all time. You can go season. The most points that Sutton had ever scored in one season was 141 with Brendan Shanahan in season 7. Amante had 120 in season 4. And then I think the person that I was always interested in is everybody keeps asking about it. It was the Pitt intramurals. What was the most points ever? If you look here, season 7, he had 3. Season 4, he had 2 over 100 points. Well, actually, season 4, he had one over here as well. I wonder how close he came in season 7 to getting 4 players. 61 points with Sutter and Cabriolet. So obviously, Nips was playing pretty good with that. So you can search all those things and you can export all the statistics. You can click up here, you can click goalies. It'll give you all the goalies as well. So you can always find out who had the most shutouts. You go all seasons, shutouts. 31 Easter Island in Q season 10. Also, Mike Richter with the Wolves had 24 in season 5. So then you can just go down and we can see who's got the records and you can export the data as well. So you can always go in here and go like, hey, I want to see all Troy Hill Cookie Puss's goaltenders that he's ever had in all seasons. Let me see. So the most shutouts he ever had was 15 with Roberto Romano in season 7 of the Q. So it's pretty crazy. You can still export everything and see how everything went. But the Cookie Puss was only available in the Q anyways. So if you wanted to Galapia, where the fuck are they? Right here. You can see all his best shutout seasons. When that team came into existence as well, I think it was season 7. Yeah, season 7. Yeah, Jocelyn Thibault was his best goaltender through all the early years. And then you can even go leagues. You can see all the stuff here. This stuff I'm going to clean up. Also the banners. But you can go Circle of Champions. I know some people complained, so now they've been up there. So basically, wherever you are on this, it'll be the first person who ever had the championship if they all had ones. And then you move up the rank based on how many titles you have. I have to update the queue in the vintage. History, I'm going to be cleaning it up as well. And then we also have all the media stuff. And extras, it'll be the same thing. We'll tribes, historical ROMs, save states, award showcase. We'll have the past champions. We'll be able to see all this stuff as well. So this is the end of this episode of Darkside of 95. I'm going to be doing this on a weekly basis. Hopefully I'll be able to, I think I'd be able to do it on Friday mornings and then post it out. But play your fucking games. Don't be a dick. And next episode, I think we're going to do is a pre-draft breakdown of everybody, potentially what they could be looking at, what their projection is over the next 5 seasons, and seeing which coaches are going to be staying and which ones are going to be going. Stay groovy, play your games, and shut the fuck up.